basketball action being brought to you by Blue Ridge Cable TV 13 and our sponsors for tonight's matchup, the Simcoe Beverage Company, Route 248, Berlinsville, T. Kern Floor Covering, Walnut Street in Slayington, Bechtel's Pharmacy, Main Street, Slayington, the Citizens Bank of Slayington, and the Slayington Floor Center, Main Street, Slayington. And I'm Tom Schaefer here at courtside, ready to bring you the PIA AA Eastern Championship pairing between the Northern Lehigh Bulldogs and the Darby-Colwyn Rams. Okay, both teams out on the floor. They've been out there for approximately 10 minutes. Darby to your left and Northern Lehigh to your right. And a little bit of background on Darby-Colwyn. They are the champs of the Del Val B League, and they're District 1 champs. They're 27-3 on the season. They're coached by Bill Collins and are known as a leaping team. In fact, just watching their shooting performance here in the pregame, they really are not that great at shooting from outside, and that's part of the scouting report on Darby-Colwyn. Not a good perimeter shooting team, but they really hit the board. It's like we'll throw one up and we'll get that rebound and shoot from within 3 feet. So that's basically their offense. They're paced by Jimmy Clifton, a 6'2" forward, averaging 16-1, and his cousin Kevin Clifton, who is really a top ball player. He'll be wearing 22, and he's 6'5". The Rams hit you with a variety of presses, which of course will get them into the running type game. They go with a 2-1-2 three-quarter trap, a 1-2-1-1 full court press, and their basic defense is a 2-3. But what they do out of that 2-3 is they start deep, giving the indication that it's a real pack-tight zone. And then as soon as the opposition, in this case Northern Lehigh, comes across the timeline, they'll rush the two front men, as we call the chase men, out on the ball, possibly in tandem, trying to make the offensive team pick up their dribble quickly. And of course the three back men come up and apply instant pressure on the sides. Northern Lehigh, watching them warm up, we know they're a good perimeter shooting team, and Brian and Blaine Whalen were firing away from the left and right corner, and I counted at least 8 through in rotation, left, right, and they're rarely loose, according to Coach Glenn Rissmiller for this game tonight. They've gone further than any Slayington or Northern Lehigh team has ever gone before into this Eastern Championship, and winner tonight goes to the state championship at Hershey, and that game will be played at 8:30. And the player introductions: Smokey Hunsicker out there wearing number 21, and now Brian Whalen, number 23. Greg Scheffler coming off a fine game against Palmer the other evening, in which he picked up 16 on some fine perimeter shooting. Blaine Whalen, number 45. And the center, 55, is Derek Fotzinger. So Larry Arndt not getting the starting nod. Jamie Hunsicker starting in the game against Palmer, started off with 9 points and really gave the Bulldogs a lift in the early going. Okay, for the Rams, Darby-Colwyn. 24 is Jimmy Clifton, 6'2". And here comes Kevin Clifton, 6'5", top rebounder on the team. Joe Akami, 6'3", center. Number 12 is Pat Thomas, the guard, point guard at 5'7". And Pat Porter is the other guard. And Porter is number 20 at 6 foot. And the coach, Bill Collins. All right, we're going to take it back to our studio for these messages. All right, as you can see, Northern Lehigh really bringing a large following to tonight's game, and they're scattered on both sides of the court. Darby Colwyn in very sparse attendance here for this game. And you can say it's a Northern Lehigh crowd for the most part. And Darby Colwyn, Rams again huddling down at the foul line. And the officials tonight's game are out of District 1. District 3, I'm sorry, our college officials here in the Reading area. Okay, Fotzinger to go up with Kevin Clifton. And the tip controlled, here comes 24. Jimmy Clifton with his stuff. Off the tap, and there's that press. And it appears to be a 2-2-1 press. Fotzinger down court. Pulls up his dribble. And back out to Brian Whalen. Hunsaker setting it up. There's that 2-3. Porter out front, along with number 12, Pat Thomas. Brian Whalen ducks inside, shoots good. Brian Whalen. And we're tied at 2. All right, Northern Lehigh coming up in that 1-3-1 press. Porter with the ball. Thomas, the point guard. Deep corner to Clifton. That's Kevin Clifton. And he whips it cross court to Porter. Good. Pat Porter with 2, and it's 4-2 Darby Colwyn. Pressure on. Actually, it's a 1-2-1-1. Cross court pass. And Brian Whalen from distance. No, the ball comes out. And it's Jimmy Clifton with the rebound. Pat Thomas setting it up. Northern Lehigh going 3-2 defensively. Porter on the left wing. Tries to go inside, and the ball bounces off. Scheffler coming out with it. And cross court to Brian Whalen. Tucks, shoots, good. Brian Whalen, and it's tied at 4. Okay, defense are calling out 1 as they go 1-3-1. Kevin Clifton whips cross court to Porter. Porter back out to Thomas and around to Clifton. Clifton in the lane, pulls up, shoots, good. Kevin Clifton with 2, and Darby Colwyn goes up 6-4. Hunsaker loops up to Brian Whalen. Blaine Whalen, baseline shot, good, and that's the shot we were talking about before the game. He was hitting from both left and right baseline in the warm-up. 6-6, 5:59 left from Reading High School. Working down the oh, and there battling inside is Kevin Okami, that is Joe Okami, and he loses it. But he was way up there in the air as he took off from near the foul line for that offensive board. 2-3. Scheffler really hounded, and Blaine Whalen is fouled by number 12, Pat Thomas. His first. So Northern Lehigh ball on the side. Hunsaker swinging it to the left, baseline to Brian Whalen, and he lets it fly. No. And high in the air for the rebound is Kevin Clifton. Up court to Thomas. Thomas now on the up left side. Porter baseline shot on away. No, and up in the air for that rebound is Okami, and the ball comes out. Fotzinger with it. He's losing it. Here comes Thomas to the hoop. Flips it up. No, air ball. Actually didn't get anything, and now he picks up a foul. So that's 2 on Pat Thomas, as number 23, Jimmy Dennis, at 6'4", checks in for Thomas, and now the Rams really tall, and let's see what Northern Lehigh does in the way of pressure. Are they good ball handlers is the question. They're definitely leapers, Scheffler really hounded over there on the right side. Brian Whalen, Hunziker as they work perimeter. Back to Brian Whalen, and he loses it. Back to Blaine Whalen in the lane. Travel. So the turnovers even at 2, and we're tied at 6 with 4:40 left here in the first period. Dennis to inbound it. Okay, Dennis is up in Thomas's front spot. Porter with it. Clifton losing it to Brian Whalen. And really no pressure. He just out and out lost it. And now they lose it the other way as Scheffler whips a pass to Blaine Whalen line, which he couldn't handle. And here comes Darby Colwyn. Timeout, the Rams. 4:15 left here in the first period. And tied at 6. We're going to take it back to our TV 13 studio for these messages. Okay, both teams coming back out on the floor as Pat Porter will set it up for the Rams. And Dennis calling it out. Shot, or no, a jump pass inside. Fatzinger gets a hand on it and runs out of the gym. Intended inside for Joe Okami as Jimmy Dennis will inbound it. Dennis into Clifton. Shot by Clifton on the way. No. And Blaine Whalen with the rebound. Brian Whalen coming down the far side. Back up to Smokey Hunziker. Scheffler checked off by Dennis. Shot by Scheffler on the way. In and out. No. Blaine Whalen in the lane. Blocked. And here comes Dennis. Shoots. A little too hard. Dennis follows. Yes. And that's what the Rams do so well. Okay, pressure on. 1-2. Actually, a 3-1-1. And there's a shot by Blaine Whalen. No. And up over the top. Rams ball. They're up 8-6. 3:23 left here in the first period as Jimmy Dennis bringing it down court. Bulldogs going 3-2. There's a steal. Here goes Brian Whalen to the hoop. Challenges. And it's knocked out by Dennis as Brian Whalen was going to try to draw that foul. And Dennis did get a hand on it. Knocks it over the end line. Scheffler into Brian Whalen. Shot out of the corner. Around won't go. Fatzinger pries it loose and Blaine Whalen with it. Hunziker checked off. Brian Whalen in traffic. And we have a jump ball as he's tied up by Porter or Dennis. Very active 2-3 zone employed by the Rams here in the first period of play. And the tip controlled. Fatzinger hitting it. And they say last touch by Kevin Clifton. Scheffler to inbound. Whips baseline to Blaine Whalen. Hunziker shot on away, off the mark, and up over the top. Okay. Dennis draws the crowd in the middle, and Porter with it. Bounce pass out to Dennis. Okami down low as Clifton lets it fly off the mark. Ball's loose. There's 23 in there. That's Tim Dennis for the follow. Blaine Whalen out to Jamie Hunziker. Shot on away. No, rejected, and the ball comes out, and Brian Whalen there for it. Oh, almost stolen. There's Scheffler inside Fatzinger, and he can't hang on, and Bulldogs a little ragged here in the beginning. And Coach Glenn Rissmiller calling for a timeout with 2:07 left in the period, and his team down by 10-6. And we're going to take it back to our studio for these messages. As Coach Rissmiller trying to get his team's untracked here. They do seem a little bit tight, committing a few turnovers, and now they're coming up in pressure. Okay, Clifton with it. Goes to Dennis. Dennis down the middle, pulls up for the shot. Good. And the Rams go on top 12-6. Now they come up in that press, which almost appears to be the old St. Joe 3-1-1 press. Pass out to Scheffler. And there's a shot by Brian Whalen, no good. And the rebound by the Rams. So after the Bulldogs started off fast offensively, they now cool off and are 3 for 11 at this point. Porter, baseline shot, good. And Pat Porter makes it 14-6. Inside again, they try to go, and the ball's taken away. And a traveling violation on Jimmy Dennis, as Larry Arndt checks in for Hunsaker. Okay, there it is. That's a 1-2-1-1. They try to steer it to the side. And there's another steal. Over to Clifton, to the hoop. Clifton tucks. No. And Porter with the rebound. Takes it in the lane. Shoots good. Porter. All right, that half-court trap again. Arndt in trouble. Whips inside. Blaine Whalen tucks to the hoop. Good, Blaine Whalen. So the Bulldogs breaking a scoring drought as Clifton comes into front court. Clifton setting it up. 16-8 Rams. 31 seconds left in the period. Porter baseline. Back out to Jimmy Clifton. Kevin Clifton down the lane. Good as he allowed Clifton to penetrate. 18-8. Scheffler. Back to Arndt. And inside, Blaine Whalen. 10 seconds on the clock. Blaine Whalen shot. No, off the mark as he had the shot and passed it up. And there's 2 seconds as Clifton lets it fly. And that's it. After one period of play here from Reading High School, it's Darby Colwyn 18 and Northern Lehigh 8. And we'll go back to our studio for these messages. In that first period, the Rams 9 for 17. And the rebounding edge to Darby Colwyn, 7-4. Turnovers, Northern Lehigh 6 and Darby Colwyn with 4. Clifton up and Porter takes the tap. Jimmy Clifton now, his cousin with the ball. And a shot by Porter, no. And Brian Whalen battling in there, and he's fouled by Okami. So that's the third team foul on the Darby Colwyn team. Northern Lehigh yet to pick up the foul. Okay, there's that pressure. They try to steer the ball to one side so they can set the trap inside open. Blaine Whalen shoots good. And Blaine Whalen makes it 18-10. 1-3-1. Scheffler picking up Dennis as they come up. Clifton inside. And there's a shot by number 23, Jimmy Dennis. And it's 20-10. Arndt picks up his dribble, gets it back over to Scheffler. And they whip back to Arndt. Arndt tucks, shoots. No, won't go. The ball comes out. A high arm up there by Jimmy Dennis. Clifton whips it baseline, intended for Porter, over his hands. Northern Lehigh ball, down by 10, 6:58 left here, second period. Arndt as Porter comes up in the middle. And Dennis going for the steal, or Clifton it is. They whip it cross court to Brian Whalen and back to Arndt. Scheffler's shot, partially tipped, And Okami with the rebound. Clifton to Kevin Clifton. In the lane, Dennis shoots. Won't go, and Fotzinger with the rebound. Arndt to Brian Whalen. Checked off, there's Arndt, pulls up, tucks, shoots, and Arndt connects. So Larry Arndt picks up 2, it's 20-12. Okay, Dennis. Porter in a lane. And it's off of Kevin Clifton as he tried to stay there with 1 foot. But the ball came off of Fotzinger and hit Clifton. So it'll be Northern Lehigh ball as Scheffler checks out and Hunziker checks in. Arndt working left side. And there's Brian Whalen shooting, and no. And Fotzinger picking up the foul inside. That's his first and a team first. All right. Pat Thomas back in there now for the Rams. They go inside to Dennis. And Jimmy Dennis picks up 2. 22-12. Rams back up by 12 as Arndt changes direction and loops it inside. The ball's whacked out to Hunziker. Brian Whalen again, good. 22-14. Northern Lehigh down by 8. Clifton to Jimmy Dennis. That's Kevin Clifton. At 6'5", he's outside. Okami working inside. Clifton tucks inside, good. And Kevin Clifton pushes the score back up to 24-14. 4:55 left here in the first half. Arndt, Whalen, Fotzinger posting up. Rams really moving at 2-3, and there's a steal as Jimmy Clifton comes away with it. Thomas coming down court. They loop baseline. There's Dennis to the hoop. Good. 26-14. This is the most that Northern Lehigh has been down in any game this year. So this will be a tough uphill battle for the Bulldogs. Arndt back to Hunziker. Hunziker has the ball picked. Here comes Clifton, and Kevin Clifton on a slam dunk. And with that slam dunk by Clifton, and Darby Colwyn up by 14, 28-14, 4 minutes left. The Bulldogs call timeout, and we'll call timeout. Unfolding a 1-2, 1-1. They tried to steer the ball to the side so that the second man inside can come over for the double up. A lot of pressure on the ball. The outside defenders drop way inside, really exchanging positions sometimes. All right, ball shot and rebounded by Kevin Clifton. A long outlet pass, and here's Brian Whalen with a steal. Foul on number 24, Jimmy Clifton. That's 4 on the Rams. Arndt. Brian Whalen shot, won't go, and screening out again is Kevin Clifton. Northern Lehigh getting one shot and done tonight. Pat Thomas tries to work his way in, and there's a steal. Lane Whalen up to Brian Whalen. Brian Whalen tucks baseline inside Arndt, and Arndt is fouled. Scheffler checking in for Hunziker. And fouls on 25. Joe Okami with his second. And Larry Arndt at the line, shooting 2. And this is the first. Score remains 28-14. And good on that one. 1 of 2. It's 28-15. The Bulldogs down by 13. Number 11 in there is Parrish Barley, 6'2". Ball's loose. And Barley appears to be shaken up as Arndt and Barley both dove for the ball. Foul on Arndt, his first, and it'll be Rams ball on the near side as Jimmy Clifton inbound it. No, it's Pat Thomas now inbounding. And gets it to Jimmy Clifton. Thomas tucks. Jim Clifton shot, no, won't go. A real battle in there and a push off on Kevin Clifton in on the inside as Darby really hits that offensive board. Number 5 will be checking in. Barry Jones replacing Parrish Barley. And once again at the line is Larry Arndt in the 1-on-1. And he connects, so he gets the bonus shot. 2:45 left, it's 28-6. And good on that shot. 28-17. Northern Lehigh down by 11. Kevin Clifton. Ball's tipped, but comes right back and going over the end with it, number 5, Barry Jones. So maybe Northern Lehigh with a little pressure of their own can turn this game around. Scheffler, baseline, dishes inside, turnaround shot, Blaine Whalen, no, ball's tipped and comes out to Clifton. Pat Thomas with it. Scheffler up. Ball's tipped again. Pat Thomas to Dennis. And Clifton hits inside. There's another shot by 22, Kevin Clifton. And the foul goes against Northern Lehigh. Number 25, Arndt, his second. And Northern Lehigh fans feeling that there was a push off by Kevin Clifton. Okay, Clifton pulls up, shoots. No, won't go. Ball comes out, and Blaine Whalen with the rebound. Arndt pushing it down court quickly as the Rams fall back. And Brian Whalen's shot looks a little long. Fatzinger battling. The ball's tipped as they Rams whack it down in the back court, and Arndt saves it as Pat Thomas goes over his back. Scheffler, Fatzinger posting low. Scheffler, a long one, good. And Scheffler cuts it to 9 at 28-19 as Porter checks back in. Barry Jones out. 1:29 left. Northern Lehigh has cut a 14-point deficit down to 9. All right, Thomas over to Porter. Porter, a sloppy pass, picked off by Arndt. Arndt down court to Fatzinger. Fatzinger tucks, blocked by Clifton. Down court, Clifton to the hoop, a slam dunk. And Fatzinger really hits the court on that one. Scheffler inside, Blaine Whalen. And they say knocked out by Blaine Whalen. And I guess Northern Lehigh is going to have to get a little mad here and let them know they're on the floor. Okay, Thomas to Porter. Less than a minute left here. Baseline shot on the way. No, and there again is Jim Clifton in for the rebound. The ball's knocked off Scheffler's head. Dennis taking that shot from the baseline. All right, Dennis inbound. Long pass out, and that's going into backcourt. Saved right to Scheffler. Scheffler going to the hoop. Challenges. And he's submarined, I believe. 24 picking up the foul. That's Clifton. That's his second. Oh, they call it the other way. Well, I don't know. I'm not with the monitor there. I don't know. It didn't look like 24 had his feet planted, and the Slatington fans across the way are really giving these two officials a working over. Foul call on Scheffler. And now they're starting to throw things out on the floor, which they shouldn't do. And Coach Rissmiller putting his hands up to the fans to calm them down. .35 seconds left. Northern Lehigh down by 11. Okay, Pat Thomas. Ball's deflected again. Jim Clifford with it. As they work baseline, there's Kevin Clifton's shot. Bouncing, won't go, and there's Dennis again. Arndt pushing it down court, changes direction, goes to the hoop, dishes off inside to Brian Whalen, and it's good, and he's fouled. Foul on number 21. And the ball comes out to Porter. Fouls on Pat Porter, not 21. 21 not in the lineup. Baseline they try to go, and they do get it to Jim Clifton before the buzzer. And it's 32-21 here from Reading High School with Darby on top. We'll be back for a recap of the first half after these messages. To the Kaler Fieldhouse at East Stroudsburg State College, where Blue Ridge TV. Okay, it's halftime here from the Ralph Geigel Phys Ed Center at Reading High School, where Darby-Colwyn is on top by 11, 32-21 after 16 minutes of play. Northern Lehigh not really able to get untracked. They're 9 for 28 from the floor and 3 for 4 at the foul line. And it's been primarily one shot and done. Brian Whalen with 8 and Blaine Whalen with 6. Larry Hart with 5 and Craig Scheffler with 2. Fatzinger and Hunziker failed to score. The Rams, paced by big 6'5" Kevin Clifton with 12. And Jimmy Dennis at 6'4" sub came in and picked up 10. Jim Clifton with 4. Joe Akami and Pat Thomas failed to score, as did Parrish Barley and Barry Morris. And Pat Porter picked up 6. The Rams are 16 for 33, quite a difference in shooting percentage. Rebounding edge to the Rams, as that big word, physical. The Rams really do hit that offensive board. They start, and that shot's taken from outside. They just have a nose as to where that ball's going to go, and they come crashing down the lane and have pried the ball loose. They'll whack it out just to get possession. Northern Lehigh, as we said, held the one shot and done. They've tried to press. Now, Darby-Colwyn doesn't appear to be that good a ball handling team, but they are quick. Their quickness is marked quickness difference between Northern Lehigh and Darby-Colwyn. And when Northern Lehigh sets up the press, the Rams are out of the double team before they're really set properly. So really the Bulldogs have not been that successful with the press. Now they have caused turnovers, 9 turnovers off their 1-3-1, and Darby basically has shown some sloppy passing, a lot of telegraphed loop passes cross court, which Northern Lehigh has picked up off, but Northern Lehigh in turn has not capitalized on that particular miscue. So Northern Lehigh went in at halftime to regroup and possibly to figure out a method of attacking that 1-2-1-1 press more efficiently. And also the Northern Lehigh fans really gave the 2 officials the working over as they exited and came back on the court. Okay, we're ready to go as Fatzinger is out there. And Kevin Clifton. And a tip controlled. Ball's pried loose. Here comes Blaine Whalen with it. Fatzinger trying to go inside to Scheffler. The ball comes out to Porter. All right, again, the Bulldogs go with that 1-3-1. Thomas coming right through the double up. Clifton and Thomas setting it up left side. They work baseline. There's Kevin Clifton, and they loop that ball up there, a little alley-oop. And Kevin Clifton hits. It's 34-21. Arndt in traffic, gets it over to Scheffler. Inside, Brian Whalen tucks and hits. Brian Whalen with 2. 34-23. Thomas whips it to Clifton. And in the lane to Thomas, the ball's loose. Ball's kicked. And coming out with it is Jimmy Clifton. Now Scheffler with the steal. Scheffler to the hoop. No, it won't go. Ball's knocked loose, and a foul on Clifton. Pushing off, that's 3 as Blaine Whalen took that ball away from Jimmy Clifton. Well, they only have 2 on Clifton. Okay, Brian Whalen. And he has the ball taken by Pat Porter. So the Bulldogs not as sharp as we've seen them this year. Thomas, a little fancy back behind the back pass. Baseline to Jimmy Clifton. Shot it away, way off the mark. And Brian Whalen with a rebound. In the middle, Arndt changes direction. Arndt tucks, tries to go inside, and the ball's picked loose, and here goes Clifton. Watch the stuff. Oh, he laid it in there softly. 36-23. Northern Lehigh down by 13. And this the Eastern Championship. Fatzinger to the hoop, shoots, good. All open in the middle. Derek Fatzinger, he picks up his first 2. With those men going for the trap to the side, the middle should be open. Thomas checked off. Porter. Fatzinger knocks it loose. Down court, Scheffler to Fatzinger to the hoop. Fatzinger, good. 36-27, back down to 9. Okay, Scheffler they're trying to seal in Thomas. He comes right through. Any possible double team. Thomas again ducking in and out, and Porter shot it away. Good, Pat Porter. 38-27, Rams by 11. 5:25 left here, third period. Arndt working left side, ducks under. Scheffler baseline, Blaine Whalen. Blaine Whalen into Fatzinger and rejected by Clifton and knocked out by Porter. Northern Lehigh ball. Clifton at 6'5" with tremendous leaping ability. Scheffler with it, and Porter goes out with it. Arndt swings over to Brian Whalen, lets it fly. Good, Brian Whalen. Knocked down to 9 at 38-29. Pat Thomas pulls up his dribble, whips it into Clifton. Inside, there goes Jimmy Clifton from the other side. Good bounce pass from cousin Kevin. 30-29 as Arndt backs in. Ball's pried loose, and Porter throws it away the other way. Turnovers both ways. 4:38 left in the third period. Brian Whalen. Scheffler inside. Blaine Whalen tucks, shoots. Won't go, and Jimmy Clifton with the rebound. Down court, pulling up for the shot is 22, Kevin Clifton. And Clifton now with 18 points makes it 42-29. Northern Lehigh not able to cut it down below 9. Fatzinger open in the lane, tries to go inside instead of shooting, and Northern Lehigh with another turnover. Thomas, 5'7" guard, going in and out. There's a pass inside, and there's the follow. No, and Fatzinger can't hang on, but here comes Brian Whalen. Ball's knocked loose, and Scheffler picks it up. Inside Brian Whalen, Scheffler shoots. No, and pried off by Jimmy Clifton. Thomas ducks under the double, hits over to the wing to Jimmy Clifton, shoots, no, and Blaine Whalen with the rebound. Arndt in trouble. Gets it back to Blaine Whalen. Brian Whalen from the side, good. Brian Whalen, 42-31, 3:04 left here, third period. Clifton, Jimmy Clifton it is, comes around the wing position. Okami setting up inside. There's Clifton to the hoop. Good. Everything on the move here by these Rams. Brian Whalen back out to Arndt. Arndt tucks inside. Blaine Whalen, and he's fouled. And that's going to be 3 now on Jimmy Clifton. As number 23, Jimmy Dennis checks in for Clifton, and Hunsaker checks in for Scheffler. Blaine Whalen at the line, shooting 2, trying to cut it to 11. Shot by Whalen is good. All right, Arndt calling the defensive signals there for the Bulldogs. And good on that one. 44-33, full court pressure. And there comes Thomas right out of the double team. They got to seal that man off and let him charge. And 23 crashing in there. Fatzinger comes out with it, and we're going to have a jump ball. Bodies all over the place. Fatzinger going up with Okami. Tip control, Brian Whalen. Arndt with it. 2-3 by the Rams. Very active 2-3. Hunsaker to Arndt. Brian Whalen shot blocked. And again, ball's loose. Blaine Whalen with it in the lane. Shoots, no. Ball's loose. Arndt tucks. Shoots, good. And pushing it down court quickly is Kevin Clifton. Shoots, good. So Kevin Clifton right back for 2, and it's 46-35. 1:48 left here in the third period. Arndt is fouled. 22, Kevin Clifton picking up the foul. That's his second, and that's the team third. As Arndt takes the inbound pass. Hunsaker and Arndt out front. Arndt comes down the lane, tucks, shoots, good. And Larry Arndt cuts it to 9 again, 46-37. Pat Thomas out front. 1:24 left. Clifton with the ball. Whips it baseline to Dennis. And back out to Clifton. Bulldogs 1-3-1. Hunsicker up at the point. Thomas ducks under the double. There goes Clifton charging to the hoop, and he picks up the offensive. That's 3 on Clifton. So the Bulldogs with a chance to cut it to 7 with 1:08 left here in the third period. Hunsicker waving Arndt over. Lane Whalen flashing up high post. Fatzinger coming low. Lane Whalen shoots. Good, Lane Whalen. 46-39. Up court, Kevin Clifton. As they hit down to Dennis. Dennis on the side. Ball's partially deflected by Blaine Whalen. And there is Dennis ducking under. The ball's loose and a foul. And Derek Fatzinger picking up his second foul, sending Jimmy Dennis to the line. 40 seconds left here in the third period. So Jimmy Dennis hits, and it's 47-39. Shot on the way, good. Back up to 9. 48-39, 38 seconds as Arndt comes into front court. And Coach Riss Nortain take it to the hoop. Brian Whalen in traffic, and Porter gets a hand on it. Blaine Whalen back out to Arndt. 26 seconds left in the third period. Over to Hunsicker. Fatzinger posting low. Arndt comes back over toward the ball. 18 seconds. Arndt flips inside. The ball's loose to Fatzinger. Good. 48-41. Here comes Thomas down court quickly. Lets it fly with 5 seconds. Way off the mark, and Porter can't get it with 2 seconds. Northern Lehigh with a possible shot. And there it goes, and way off the mark. And after 3 periods of play, it's Darby-Colwyn 48, Northern Lehigh 41, and we're going to take it back to our studio for these messages. Okay, Northern Lehigh outscoring Darby's 20-16 in that period, and really did a much better job on the boards. And we're ready to go here. Last 8 minutes of play as the Rams control the tap. Thomas with it, Clifton. Thomas, Porter, baseline, Clifton shoots, good. And Kevin Clifton with 24 points in the game makes it 50-41. Arndt with it, attacking that 2-3 zone as the Rams bring the wing baseline man up on the wing. Arndt with traffic, and Porter picks up the foul. And that's number 5, and we're 1-1. Northern Lehigh going the line. Northern Lehigh 9 for 13 in that period, and Darby-Colwyn 7 for 12. As Larry Arndt goes to the line. 1-1, chance to cut it back to 7. Good. 50-42. Darby-Colwyn on top in this Eastern Championship game. And good on that one. Arndt cuts it to 7. 50-43. Scheffler back in there. Bulldogs in a little bit of a 1-2-2. There's Clifton open in the middle. Whips it baseline. Shot by Dennis short. And Fatzinger with the rebound. All right, if the Rams hit a cold spell. There's Scheffler going to hoop. No, there's a follow by Whalen. No. Brian Whalen in the lane. The ball's knocked loose, and he's fouled. And let's see who picked up the foul. '23, Dennis. And going to line is Brian Whalen with a chance to cut it to 5. Northern Lehigh slowly creeping back here. Shoots, no, off the mark. In the lane, Blaine Whalen tucks, goes up. And a foul on Clifton. And if that's Kevin Clifton, that's 4. Yes, it is. 4 on Clifton. Let's see what Darby Colwyn does now. Somebody getting ready to check in. As Blaine Whalen shoots and connects. Okay, coming in 25 is Joe Okami. Clifton leaving the game with 24 points. As scores 50-44, and Blaine Whalen drills that one. 50-45. Pressure's on. Into Thomas. Thomas still in backcourt, comes between the legs, dishes down court and throws it away. And Northern Lehigh fans across the way really whooping it up as Northern Lehigh coming out here, hitting 5, hitting first 4, cut the lead to 5, and they have possession with 6:59 left here in the 4th period, and we'll take a timeout for these messages. With the ball, Rams with a 2-3. Scheffler, Arndt, Brian Whalen, Blaine Whalen, and there's Porter taking it away. And stolen right back by Blaine Whalen. Arndt with it, works to Brian Whalen. Arndt pulls up, shoots, good! 50-49, Northern Lehigh down by 1. Thomas in trouble, the ball's loose. Scheffler gets it out, here comes Blaine Whalen to the hoop. Oh! Misses Brian Whalen, yes. And Northern Lehigh on top for the first time, 51-50. All right, Thomas with it, over to Pat Porter. Bulldogs really in a aggressive 1-3-1, now drop off a little bit. 5:29 left, Thomas double up, and the ball's knocked loose again. Blaine Whalen whipping it out to Brian Whalen. And he holds up for Arndt. Scheffler, Arndt. Brian Whalen shot, good! And Northern Lehigh has gone on top, 53-50, as they have scored 12 straight after Darby Colwyn hit their initial field goal. 5:09 left here from Reading High, and it's Northern Lehigh 53, Darby Colwyn 50. We're going to take it back to our studio for these messages. On the floor, and if there are 2,000 people here, say 1,700 of them have to be from Northern Lehigh. Okay, inbounding, Clifton back in, 22, playing with 4 fouls. Thomas to Clifton, inside, Jimmy Clifton. Thomas now at 5'7", having trouble, does get it into Jim Clifton, shoots, in and out, no, and ball's hauled down, comes out, and Brian Whalen with it. As Fatzinger just flipped that ball, it bounced off the back of Jimmy Clifton's head, and Arndt with the ball, 4:39 to go. Scheffler, Blaine Whalen. Arndt over to Scheffler. Fatzinger setting low post. As Blaine Whalen now floating baseline shot. Good! 55-50, 4:15 left here. As Jimmy Clifton moves it into front court. Kevin Clifton inside, shoots. No, won't go. Ball comes loose. And Fatzinger picking up the foul. That's 3 on Derek Fatzinger. Clifton, Pat Thomas, 3:54 here, 55-50. Inside, in the lane, shoots. That's Jimmy Dennis, good. Dennis cuts it to 55-52, 3:42 left. Scheffler right side, no, won't go. And Jimmy Clifton with the rebound. Inside, Clifton down the lane, inside to Okami, his first field goal, and now the Rams back to within one at 55-54. 3:20 left. And let's see, it looks like the Rams might be man-to-man. Arndt with it, with Thomas on him. Thomas didn't lose the dribble. And the ball's knocked loose. Thomas with the steal. Thomas to the hoop. Good. And the Rams now are back on top. (56-55). Darby-Colwyn, as they've just ran 6 straight points and have taken the lead with 2:55 left here in the fourth quarter. They've switched man-to-man the last possession, and Northern Lehigh was somewhat spread. Northern Lehigh runs best out of that tighter 1-2-2 motion offense with the 2 men starting close to the lane. So anything can happen. Remember, Northern Lehigh was down in this game by 14 points and outscored Darby-Colwyn by 4 in the fourth period, and with a 12-point spurt in the fourth period, went on top and ran that lead to 55-50. And now both teams back out there. And if Northern Lehigh has to face a man-to-man, the man they should attack is Kevin Clifton. All right, Arndt with Pat Thomas on him. Now they start tight on that 1-2-2 offense. Scheffler as Brian Whalen swings across. Blaine Whalen checked off. Loop pass inside. Comes to Fatzinger, short. Fatzinger battling, shoots, no. Brian Whalen tucks, shoots, good. And Brian Whalen puts the Bulldogs back on top, 57-56. Jimmy Clifton to Thomas, inside to Kevin Clifton, baseline to Okami, no. And coming out with a rebound, the Bulldogs. Arndt in traffic, over to Scheffler. 2 minutes left here from Reading High. Loop pass inside to Arndt, back out to Scheffler. Fatzinger with it. Brian Whalen holding it. Clifton on him. 1:51 left. Arndt waving him out. Scheffler comes out. Scheffler tucks to the hoop. Shoots. No. 2 Bulldogs there. No, won't go. Tipped in there, no. And Clifton with the rebound. He's fouled by Scheffler. So the Bulldogs with a golden opportunity. Missing 2 follow-ups from in close. That'll be Rams ball, 1:38 left here. Down court is Jimmy Clifton to Kevin Clifton. Shoot, loop pass inside. No, won't go. Ball's batted loose, tipped. They say last touch by the Rams. It'll be Northern Lehigh ball as the Rams tap that ball quite frequently, playing a little volleyball inside. All right, Arndt with it, 1:21 left. Arndt picked up by Thomas, and Arndt with a turnover. .114 left. Still anybody's game. All right, Thomas checked off, gets it to Kevin Clifton, whips it in the lane, inside to Okami, and he loses it. Turning the ball over. Okami, 104. All right, Arndt with it. Clifton coming up on Scheffler. Brian Whalen, we're under a minute, 53 seconds. Brian Whalen holding it. Arndt with it. 43 seconds. Scheffler coming back out. As the Bulldogs appear that they're going to try to just put it away. And Thomas with a foul. Arndt will go to the line. Darby Colwyn calling for a timeout with 34 seconds. And we'll take a timeout here and be back for the final 34 of this game and a recap of all tonight's action.
The Blue Ridge Mountains and Milwaukee are half a country apart, but both places mean one thing to these guys, something great. The Blue Ridge Mountains mean bluegrass music, and Milwaukee means beer. Cold, crisp, old Milwaukee beer, and boy, do they sound good together.
Whenever you think of the town of Milwaukee,
You think of beer.
and old Milwaukee tastes as great as its name.
It don't get no better than this.
Jerry Simcoe Beverage, master distributor of Wallingport, wishes to inform you of their awareness program. They do not believe in alcohol abuse. Moderation is the answer, and the legal drinking age in Pennsylvania is 21.
Okay, Bulldogs coming back out on the floor. As Larry Arndt will go to the line. And Pat Thomas gives him a little negative encouragement. Arndt in the 1-on-1. Shoots. No. Ball comes out. Clifton with the rebound. Big possession. 30 seconds left. Thomas with the ball. Checked off by Scheffler. Clifton shoots. No. And Blaine Whalen with a tough rebound in there. Whips it up court to Brian Whalen, 17 seconds. Brian Whalen tucks, and he's fouled. And Brian Whalen with 13 seconds left. Going to the line. In the 1-on-1. Shot by Whalen. No! Blaine Whalen with the ball. Ball's loose. Still loose. Thomas with it. Timeout. 6 seconds on the clock. So Darby Colwyn will have the ball with 6 seconds up near half court. And we'll have an opportunity to get off a decent shot from that position and possibly even a follow-up. And so all spectators will be on the end of their seats as this is heart in the throat time here from Reading Phys Ed Center. I'm sure they're going to try to get that ball into Clifton somehow. Clifton with tremendous leaping ability at 6'5". And that's what they're mapping out here. And of course, Coach Rissmiller will have to be ready to counter any kind of offensive set that the Rams come up with. Okay, this thing going right down to the last 6 ticks on the clock. Clifton down in that far corner, so watch Clifton. And now Northern Lehigh calling a timeout as they wanted to see what kind of setup the Rams would go into. And we're going to take a timeout here with 6 seconds left from Reading High. Okay, both teams back out on the floor again. Kevin Clifton, 22, goes down in the far corner. Jimmy Clifton on the other baseline as Thomas will inbound that ball. Let's see what they do with it. They whip it down to Clifton, and he's fouled. But that's still not 1-on-1, and that took a second off the clock. Blaine Whalen picking up the personal foul. That's only a team fourth. And the Rams do advance it. There, the ball's picked off. Clifton shoots off the glass. Porter loses it. And Northern Lehigh has won the Eastern Championship. And Jimmy Clifton letting a shot fly. And I don't know if he knew how much time was left, but they had a chance to move that ball down. But look at those jubilant Northern Lehigh fans in the middle of the floor as they've taken District 11 and the Centennial League right into the state championship Friday evening. Tremendous comeback win by the Bulldogs as they were down by 14 into the third quarter, but cut it to 7 by the end of the. And with a 12-point splurge, took the lead at 51-50. 57-56, Northern Lehigh the winner. All right, let's take a look at this at the individual stats while our cameras train on the crowd milling around in the center of the floor. Brian Whalen with 11 field goals and nothing for 2 at the line for 22 points. Blaine Whalen with 5 field goals, 4 for 4 at the line for 14 points. Craig Scheffler a field goal for 2. Derek Fatzinger with 3 field goals, 6 points. Larry Arndt with 4 field goals, 5 for 7 on the line for 13 points. And Jamie Hunsicker failed to score as Northern Lehigh for 56 from the floor, and they were 9 for 13 from the foul line. For the Darby-Colwyn Rams, Kevin Clifton with 24 points, Jimmy Dennis with 14, Jim Clifton with 6, Joe Alchemy with 2, Pat Thomas with 2, Pat Porter with 8, Parrish Barley and Barry Jones failed to score. As Darby hit 27 of 60 from the floor and 2 for 2 at the line for their 56-point total. Well, at halftime, we stated Northern Lehigh had to be a little bit more physical, and physical they were in that second half as they turned a 2-to-1 rebounding disadvantage into an advantage as they out-rebounded the Darby Rams in that second half quite handily, and especially Fatzinger did hit that board and Blaine Whalen in that second half. They kept Clifton off the board for that second and third shot, which he was getting in the first half. And then, as Northern Lehigh began to cut the margin, the emotions began to run wild for Darby-Colwyn, especially in their point guard, Pat Thomas, who at 5'7", really took the heat from the tall wingman of Northern Lehigh, and he did turn that ball over and wound up that Darby-Colwyn turned the ball over 20 times in the game. The Northern Lehigh 17, and that margin originally was the other way around at halftime. So it looked like Darby-Colwyn had this all wrapped up, but you can't count out Northern Lehigh, especially when they can shoot from outside, and they did begin to shoot from outside. Look at those fans out there in the middle of the floor. They really had a fine following here from the borough of Slayington in the Northern Lehigh School District. In fact, the vast majority of the people here tonight are from Northern Lehigh. Brian Whalen hitting from outside and Blaine Whalen hitting from outside. Cut that gap, and it was unbelievable. If anybody watching, it was a sort of a comeback like Palmerton made against Nazareth. So the Centennial League does itself proud here in PIA AA competition, and the Centennial League will have a representative in Hershey on Friday evening playing a team from the West. So Northern Lehigh and Coach Glenn Rismor's team, they're deserving a tremendous round of applause for a job well done, as Northern Lehigh now at 30-2 on the season. Well, I believe that Blue Ridge TV 13 will be on the scene at Hershey on Friday evening. So all I can say is you'll have to watch your papers for that listing. And so from the Ralph Geigel Phys Ed Center at Reading High School, where Northern Lehigh has edged Darby-Colwyn 57-6 for the East Championship, this is Tom Schaefer for Fred Reinert and Scott Davis, bidding you a good evening.